Hello, my name is Horacio Ferriz, and I am a professor of geology here at California State University, Stanislaus. I am recording this short video to address our well-esteemed community college counselors. We don't say it often enough, but we really are very grateful to you for guiding the students during the first semesters of their college career. And I wanted to share with you the news that geology is a great career these days. So let me start by telling you that geology is the study of the Earth, the whole thing, the solid Earth, the hydrosphere, the oceans, the atmosphere. And I want to make this a particularly strong point because a lot of students have the idea that geology is just the study of rocks. It is true that when we study the solid Earth, we interrogate the rocks, but there's much more to it than just being rockheads. Geology as a career has one branch which is fascinating, and that is, just as a plain science, is the scientific inquiry about the Earth. Now here is where we study volcanoes or mountains or oceans, dinosaurs. Why do we do it? Well, it's like, why do we climb a mountain? Because it's there. Because somebody might as well do it, might as well be me, and might as well have a lot of fun doing it. If your students come to CSU Stanislaus, they are going to have plenty of opportunities to practice this scientific inquiry. But geology has another important branch, the branch of applied geology. Ever since humanity became humanity, there has been the need of a specialist that knows where to find mineral deposits, or where to look for good quality water in good enough quantity. As I put in this slide, oil and gas exploration is right now a booming market for geologists. They are being sought a lot, together with what is there at the bottom of the list, geophysics. Geophysicists are geologists that study the Earth through the measurement of its physical properties, and they're being paid fantastic salaries right now by oil and gas exploration companies. Mineral exploration is another important thing that geologists do. Right now, the prices of many commodities are really high, which means there's good employment. For people that train here in California, Nevada has been traditionally the way where our students find employment. Hydrology is the study of water, surface water and subsurface water. And water, I am convinced, is going to be the resource of the 21st century. As we grow, as our economies grow, more agriculture is developed, we're going to have the need to finding larger and larger sources of water. Engineering geology refers to the happy marriage between civil engineers and geologists. Civil engineers are in charge of designing and building big things, dams, airports, railroads, bridges. And in order to do that, they need to consult with the specialists, the geologists, the engineering geologists, who will advise them about the nature of the terrain on which they are going to build this large piece of engineering. Finally, environmental geology is the cleanup of the environment. I know that a lot of students are sympathetic to the environment. Somebody has to clean up the mess that we have made over the last 100 years, and that falls squarely on our shoulders. So in any one of these branches of geology, that's where the good salaries are. My students, after a year of coming out of the program, are pulling easily $60,000, $75,000, and after a couple of years, they are already into the $100,000 range of salaries. So this is a great opportunity right now for students. Now, this is where you, the counselors, play a very important role. You are the ones that are going to meet first with the students when they come to JC, and you probably will advise them on taking their English and their communications. But I would also like to invite you to see if these students have what it takes to be a geologist. The first thing you may want to know is if the student is interested in science at all, and in earth science in particular. In science, everybody wants to study sharks and fuzzy little furry animals. The problem is there's not a lot of work for people that study sharks or furry little animals. And so a lot of people may think biology sounds great. I would ask you or invite you to have them explore the possibility of pursuing a career in geology. And there's a couple of companion videos to this one in which I do precisely that for the students. The other important thing is find out if the student is comfortable outdoors. We live in a relatively urban community, but we have a lot of ag around us. Have the students go camping? Have they hiked Mount Tamalpais? Have they spent a week in the Sierra? If not, you may want to advise them to join a hiking club, an outdoors club, because really geologists do what they do because they love to be in the outdoors. This is the real world. This is the earth that we are going to study about. What we would need for the students to cover in JC are these courses you have here: college algebra, college trigonometry, Chem 1 with lab, Physics 1 with lab, physical geology, and historical geology. Now you will notice that here at CSU Stanislaus we take a different approach. We do not ask for a year of calculus. There is a misconception that calculus is better math. It is not better math. It's math that is applied to something different. College algebra or algebra is the mathematics of slow change. And because on Earth most things change slowly, it is really the tool that we need the students to be very comfortable with. They need to understand linear equations, how to manipulate them, logarithms, exponential functions, sinusoidal functions. Those type of things are very important in the practice of geology. We also need trigonometry, which is the mathematics of angular relationships. It is not only right-angle triangles, that is kind of the bread and butter of the mathematics that geologists do day in, day out, but all the other aspects of trigonometry. For example, I mentioned the sinusoidal functions, the cosine function. We need to have them understand spherical trigonometry if we're going to be able to teach them oceanography. So this is very, very important. Now, calculus is the mathematics of rapid change. And so it becomes crucial when you are rapid and continuous change, when you're looking at the orbit of a planet around the sun, or the falling of an object that is being continuously accelerated. For that, it is very useful. But we really don't do much of that. Whatever calculus they need when they come to us, maybe in hydrogeology, I will be able to teach it to them without having them necessarily go through a full year of calculus. We're also different in that we only ask for 1 semester of chemistry and 1 semester of physics. We want these classes to have labs because learning the experimental methods of chemistry and physics are important. But basically, when they come to us, the students are going to have a class in geochemistry, which is the chemistry of the Earth. And this is what they are really going to have to understand. And the Earth has high-temperature geochemistry, which is never covered really in a chemistry class. When we're dealing with magmas that are at 800 to 1200 degrees centigrade, things look very differently. And also they will have a very strong dose of geochemistry in our hydrogeology class, where we are going to cover the chemistry of very dilute solutions at ambient temperatures. Again, something that you don't see very often in the chemistry program. With physics, same thing. Our students have to take a semester in geophysics, which is the study of the Earth by measuring its physical properties. And there we're going to have to make use of mechanics and electricity and magnetism and all the good things that they learn in a first semester in physics. Okay, let's go and cover what are our minimum upper division transfer requirements. We want the students to have completed 60 units of transferable units. We need them to have at least a 2.0 as a GPA, a solid C. We want them to have completed the Golden 4. and this is communication, the A1 class, English, A2, written English particularly, critical thinking, the A3 type of classes, and then math and quantitative reasoning, the B4 classes, which of course is one of the prerequisites that we have for the geology major. Now, I cannot cover every single community college in this video, but I wanted to go through 4 community colleges that are close to us and see what it is that they offer. On the far right here, you see what we want: college algebra, college trigonometry, 1 semester of general chemistry, 1 semester of basic physics, principles of geology and historical geology. In Merced College, Math 26, college algebra, satisfies our first requirement, and Math 25, trigonometry, satisfies the second requirement. Notice that in Merced College, in order to do that, you need to take Math C. So if you're going to advise the students in terms of taking their math, please make sure that Math C makes it in the first semester so that they have time to complete the courses in college algebra and college trigonometry. For Chem 1, your Chem 4A, general chemistry, satisfies our requirement. But in order to take that, the students need to take Chem 02. Try to put that in the spring semester of their freshman year so that they can take general chem on the fall of their sophomore year. For general physics, physics 2A satisfies our requirement, but they are going to have Math 02 or Math 25 and Math 26. That's why it's important to get that math going in the first year. Physical geology, Geology 1 satisfies our requirement, and Geology 2, historical geology, also satisfies our requirement. San Joaquin Delta College, by now you have found the pattern, right? The middle column is what satisfies our requirement, but in order to do that, you may have your own prerequisite, and that is in the left column. Math 38A, Pre-Calculus 1, satisfies our college algebra. Math 38B, Pre-Calculus 2, satisfies our college trigonometry. Chem 1A satisfies our general chemistry requirement. Physics 2A, our general physics requirement. Geology 1A, physical geology. But unfortunately, at this time, there is no course in historical geology that is being offered at San Joaquin Delta College. So don't worry about it. You'll take it as soon as, or the students will take it as soon as they transfer to us. Modesto Junior College, Math 121, Pre-Calculus, satisfies our algebra requirement. Math 122, Pre-Calculus 2, satisfies our trig. Chem 101, General Chemistry 1, satisfies General Chemistry 1. And physics, physics is interesting here. I'd say Physics 143, electricity, magnetism, optics, atomic and nuclear structures, would be best for the students. In order to take that, they have to take Physics 142, which includes mechanics, heat, and waves. So for those at MJC, I really would recommend that 2-course sequence to meet our requirement in basic physics. And then MJC offers physical geology and historical geology, which are perfectly transferable to CSU Stanislaus. This is one of the best majors that you can imagine here at CSU Stanislaus. We do a lot of field work. Our students get to be very good friends. We're a small program, so they get to meet the faculty and work closely with the faculty. So don't hesitate. Send them our way. We would love to have your students. Thank you.